Hi, everyone, and welcome to SQM Picks. I'm David Lipton. For those of you new to SQM Picks, our company, SQM, first started a blog several years ago to highlight businesses that provide outstanding customer service. Businesses that have been featured range from small mom and pop companies to some of the larger international brands. Highlighted companies come from a number of different industries, including restaurants, retail stores, medical offices, lawyers, and various tourist attractions. We've also featured an auto body shop and a junkyard in the blogs, which just goes to prove that any business can provide outstanding service. Our guest today is Jacques Kavafian, founder and owner of FreshBurger. As the name would suggest, Jacques' company is in the restaurant business and specializes in, well, you guessed it, burgers. Jacques, welcome to SQM Picks.
Thank you, David. Good to be here.
So, Jacques, tell us a little bit about your business. Where are some of the restaurants located? And tell us more about the products that you offer.
Yes, for sure. We are 12 years old. We started in 2013 in Richmond Hill, Ontario, and we have 10 stores. Most of our stores are located in York region and in Mississauga. We have 3 stores also in North York. So pretty much all our stores are north of the 401. And what we do is we basically do burgers and fries and poutine. Classic burgers and fries, as we call it, no mumbo jumbo, no gimmicks. And we cater to the hardcore carnivores, like burger eaters.
Interesting. Tell me a little bit about how you got into the restaurant business. I know we had a fascinating chat last week. How did you get into the business?
Yes. Well, I was 30 years on Bay Street, so in the financial industry. And so after, I was 53 years old, and to reinvent myself, there wasn't much I could do. The restaurant business was easily learnable, and so it was something that I could learn as I went on, as you go. It has low barriers to entry, and in my opinion, the quick service category is pretty, as I call it, lame in Toronto, and so we had an opportunity to come into the market, learn the trade, and be better than others, which is why we chose to go in the burger business, because no one out there is really serving just burgers and fries.
Interesting. Now, when we spoke last week, we were having a very interesting conversation about your approach to business, including your philosophy on the value, the importance of experience, the value, the importance of numbers, and we also chatted about restaurant failures. Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, so yes, when I was telling people that I wanted to go in the restaurant business, of course, the vast majority of we would say, well, why the restaurants? 90% of restaurants fail within their first year of operation. Being a numbers guy, I don't believe in urban myths, so I went and I did the research. Found out that that's not true. Most restaurants do succeed, and we had the opportunity, being an expert in financial modeling. I was able to develop a menu that, in our opinion, is the most profitable menu that you can design in a quick service setting, which is only burgers and fries and poutine. Our menu only has 4 items. We're able to come up with a premium quality meat, potatoes that are grown especially for us in Ontario by 2 farms, and make everything to order, doing that with a food and packaging cost of under 30%, which is very, very, I mean, it's pretty much unheard of in the quick service category.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, sorry, I know you mentioned the Ontario potatoes, but are all the products basically Canadian? As that seems to be a touchy subject these days in the country.
It should know, and it should never have been. We were Canadian, and we were pro Canada before it was fashionable to be pro.
Hey, I like your style.
You see the poster on over my left shoulder.
That's right. I see it there.
So we've always insisted that all our products be made in Canada as much as possible, if not the US. Of course, that has changed now. We require that nothing be made in the US. And we will buy lettuce from Mexico, tomatoes from Mexico, if the local domestic is not available.
And listen, the supply chains these days are so integrated. I mean, I think it's even getting confusing going to the grocery store where something is an American company but made in Canada or packaged in Canada or produced in Canada.
Yeah,
It's
it
it's
doesn't
all over
count
the
for
place.
us. No, all our suppliers, they're local businesses. They're family owned. They're just like us. We don't deal with GFS or Cisco or the large food distribution companies. We've never dealt with. We always like to deal with people who are like us, family owned local businesses.
Interesting. So tell me one other thing. I know we talked a little bit about the business, but how do you build strong relationships with your customers? Do you have a particular recipe for success in that regard?
Yes. I mean, we are in the customer service business. It just happens that we deliver burgers, like we provide burgers and fries, but primarily we're in the customer service business. And naturally, I have always been a customer oriented. When we opened our first store in Richmond Hill, our local community was a huge supporter of us. And our network, our friends, my son's friends and social network and all that. And so that helped us quite a bit. And we try to support our local community as much as we can.
Uh,
Uh,
that's 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 always important. All of those local companies who have the hockey teams, the soccer teams, and sometimes, unfortunately, are often forgotten about when consumers decide to shop elsewhere. Jacques, it's really been a pleasure speaking to you about business and restaurants over the past couple of weeks, and I look forward to our next chat. I'm fascinated every time we connect. While your contact information is going to show up on the screen, please tell everyone how they could connect with your business.
yes, so freshburger.ca is our website. We're also on Facebook and on Instagram at Freshburger Canada.
Perfect. Thanks very much. On that note, I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of SQM Picks. Since we're always on the lookout for companies that provide outstanding customer service, if you know of any that you would like to nominate, please send an email about the business to sqmpicks@sqm.ca. Thanks again for joining us, and look for another company to be featured on SQM Picks shortly.